What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great week. We are here for the top 13 matchups. It is Thursday, but of course, the game being Monday, all these things get pushed back. So the initial injury report was let out today. I will give you that for the Eagles. The Seahawks did not put theirs out yet. Don't have time to wait, so I'll give you all that information tomorrow, but keep you up to date with all that stuff. We'll go through the stats and standings for both teams, look at the depth chart so you can get a look at what both teams look like, and then we'll get into those matchups. But I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Appreciate you all hitting the like button, subscribing, everything you're doing to support the channel. Hope you're having a great week. Hope you're starting to feel a little bit better. Maybe some of you jumping back on board, getting a little excited about this team because I'm telling you, they're sleeping on the wrong ones, baby. So let's jump into this and talk about this Week 15 matchup, Monday Night Football, Eagles, Seahawks. Let's go. Now, as I had mentioned, I've got the injury report for the Eagles. The Seahawks did not put anything out. Looks like Geno Smith will be good to go for this game, though. But let's take a look at the Eagles here. 3 players did not practice: Cunningham, Juergens, Slay, and then Reed Blankenship limited with that concussion. So good news for Reed. We're hoping, Monday, that extra day, he'll be ready to go. Now, I'm not going to get worried about any of the DNPs here because it's Thursday, which is, the initial injury report. It would be Wednesday if it were a Sunday game. So look, this usually you take it with a grain of salt. You wait to see the next couple of days how things go with these guys. So I'll keep you up to date with that. But look, concerning, you don't want Juergens, Slay, or Cunningham to be out. So, hey, let's just hope they're healthy. Nothing to freak out about just yet. I know people like to get excited about those initial injury reports, but let's just keep on top of it throughout the week, and we'll see how things go. But let's take a look now at how both of these teams have been doing. Then we'll take a look at the teams and get to these matchups. But you can see the Eagles now giving up first spot in the NFC East. But if they win out, they will be the NFC East winner. So huge game for them here. Oh, let's go Birds. Now, up next, you have the Seahawks here, who are 6-7. They are trying to beat out the Rams, trying to get that last wild card spot there. So, or the first, whatever wild card spot they can get. They're just trying to make these playoffs, and the Rams just jump them there. So, gotta be worried. And as you can see, a lot of 6-7 teams right there. You've got the Minnesota Vikings there at 7-6, and then we have that wild card at 10-3. But we're looking to take that division, get that first seed back. So let's go, baby. Stay patient here. But Seahawks at 9, Eagles at 5. Now let's take a look at how these teams have gotten to where they have. And you can see the Eagles, yes, they've had their issues, but 6th in points, 8th in total yardage on offense there, 13th in passing, 8th in rushing there. But giving up sacks, turning the ball over, stuff like that is how you lose games. The penalties, all that stuff, you want to clean it up, need to clean it up. On the defensive side of the ball, look, we're trying to get healthy, trying to figure out some of these young pieces here, but things are going to come together at the right time, I do believe. But you can see, look, they have struggled. 28th in points, 22nd in yardage, 28th in passing. Now, good against the run, but we got to shore up that secondary, get some guys on the same page. I do believe there is still hope there. You can see, get some sacks there, tied for 12th, but like to see some more in the turnovers. Need more turnovers. So let's make that happen in this game. Now you can see the Seahawks up next. Look, they obviously have a lot of talent, but they've had their issues this year. Tied for 17th in points, 20th in yardage, 15th in passing, 28th in rushing. Crazy for Walker and Charbonnet, but Walker a little banged up this year. You can see giving up some sacks, turning the ball over a little bit, middle of the pack there. And on the defensive side of the ball, look at this, man. 27th in points, 28th in yardage, 25th against the pass, 23rd against the run. Now, they are getting some sacks here. They get a few, like 1.3 turnovers per game, so But, dude, they've got talent all across the board here, and we're going to take a look at that now. And, look, take stats with a grain of salt, but they give you an idea of where the strengths and weaknesses are for the team, and you can tell me how you feel about these. But let's take a look at the teams first, and then we'll get into those top 13 matchups. You can see here are the players on reserve. Anybody in green is new to the team this season, but these are the guys you will not see on the depth chart. Now, here is the offense for the Eagles. Again, anyone in green is new to the team this season, but everybody healthy here. Hopefully they stay healthy all the way to Monday. We're hoping Cam Juergens gets back to full health here. We would love to. If not, maybe Steen comes in. I'm not against that. But on the defensive side of the ball, would love to have Slay healthy. Do not want to see him out they've got some damn good receivers here. So, look, I'm going to keep you up to date with all those injuries, but you see the team here. Now, the special teams unit, you can see Covey and Scott with Elliott, Man, Lovato. Now, the practice squad, in case they need to elevate anyone, you see 8 on offense, 8 on defense, and that is your Philadelphia Eagles. Now, let's take a look at the Seahawks, and you can see their reserves. Anyone in green, the same for them. New to the roster this season, you can see their IR pup list. Those guys will not be. And look, Nwosu, a great edge rusher for them. That's a big loss, but still got some talent here. Now, you can see on the offense, they are loaded with weapons. I mean, Geno Smith, yeah, he's average, but he's really been, looking much better in his career. And he's got the weapons here. You see Metcalf, Lockett, and Jigba. Oh, my Lord. So, look, offensive line, not the greatest. Need to get some pressure here. But let's take a look at the defense, and you can see they loaded up on the defensive line. This is an odd front. So you see the 5-man front right here, outside linebacker, and then the interior guys. But, man, this is a loaded D. They've got some really good young players, some great veteran players. So, and they've got Adams and Love, who they're moving around at safety, nickel. They've got a versatile skill sets here. Witherspoon, he can play inside, outside. So, a lot of versatile defensive backs, very talented room there. And then you see the special teams here. Got Dallas and Eskridge. And then the practice squad for these guys in case they need to elevate anyone. You see 9 on offense, 7 on the defensive side of the ball. So now you've seen both teams. You can tell me how you're feeling about this, who your top matchups are. But now I'm going to show you mine. Love to hear your thoughts down below. But let's jump into it. We're going to start off with number 13. And this is my dude, Britton Covey. And if you guys saw my post earlier today, he's second in yardage, third in average yards per punt. And he's first tied with 4 returns over 25 plus yards. So, look, having a great year. Love to see him break one this game here. We talk about it each week. Can somebody give us something? And they've got DJ Dallas, D. Eskridge, and their special team. So can somebody step it up in the special teams department for one of these teams? Boston Scott never gets to return the ball, so I'm not even adding him in here. But Britton Covey, let's see a big punt return for a touchdown. I would be all for it. Just talking to my brother earlier today about that, and then some people were commenting, so funny. Maybe it actually happens this week. Let's go, Covey. Now, up next at number 12, I have got the safeties going up against their tight ends. And look, Noah Fant, we talked about it the other day, 14.1 yards per catch. He doesn't get the ball much, but when he does, he's a very talented guy. You got Disley, more of your blocking dude, but he can catch the ball too. But these safeties, we don't know if Blankenship's going to be ready with that concussion, but Byard, Brown seeing more time. You guys know how I feel about him as that third safety, that big nickel, doing the things that he does well, and people are finally starting to notice it, love it, but we're maybe going to need him to step it up a little bit. And obviously the linebackers, some other guys will have to watch Fant as well, but look, these safeties, we are dependent on them, hoping that they step it up here, can shut down this passing attack. And up next, why don't we talk about our tight end, Dallas Goedert. And look, Goedert being back, that is such a huge piece. Not only, is he great at receiving, 10.5 yards per catch so far this year, but missed a few games, but it goes to show his blocking and everything else he does, just bringing attention to himself, opening things up for others. A big loss, so having him back is huge. And talk about their safeties, man. They use Diggs, Adams, Love all over the place. I'm sure they're going to have their hands full with Dallas Goedert. Really looking forward to this matchup, hoping that Goedert can get some work in. But, man, this is going to be a tough matchup for him, and I'm really excited about it. Now, up next at number 10, let's talk about our guys giving up sacks. Look, we've talked about it. They've been cleaning things up. We've had some really tough opponents. Now, Draymond Jones and Boye Mafe, they are 2 talented guys. They've got Taylor, Hall, even Frank Clark's there, even though he's fallen down the pecking order. But they've got some talented edge rushers. But I think we continue to keep Jalen Hurts healthy here. And regardless of, giving up middle of the pack sacks there, don't like it. But I think this is a team where you can protect Jalen Hurts, keep him upright, and I'm hopeful they don't get to the quarterback. And that goes for the interior, too. And their interior, holy hell. Leonard Williams, Jerron Reed, Mario Edwards, those are some monsters there. We all know Leonard Williams. And look, our guys, let's not sleep on that. Dickerson, Kelsey, and if Juergens is out, that will blow, but Steen can step right in. But they're going to have their hands full with these guys. And Leonard Williams, man, we just have to face him twice a year. We know exactly what this dude is capable of. And I think that, with what he brings to the table, you always got to watch out. So watching those beasts in the middle there is going to be a fun ride. And now let's just stay on the line here. And again, not anything too specific. I like to try to keep these in order where I can talk about them. But yeah, don't take the numbers too much into consideration there. But you can see all of these are just the top matchups for reasons I'm speaking on. But you can see their interior guys on their offensive line, Lewis Brown, Bradford, and then our guys, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, Milton Williams. Look, we've got some studs in the middle. And look, there's been some slander as of late. These guys are gassed. They're not doing this, that, the other thing. That's great. Let's go dominate the interior, whoop that ass. And in doing so, you open things up for those outside guys too. And Charles Cross and Lucas there for the Seahawks. I think they're going to have their hands full here with Reddick, Sweat, Graham, Smith. And we talked about Smith getting those extended reps. Ready to see. And Reddick 4 seasons in a row with 10 plus sacks. Dude just keeps dominating. And he had that damn cast on for a while there. So just imagine what those numbers would be without that. But 11 sacks is still pretty damn good. He's got 11 tackles for a loss as well. Dude's been balling, but Sweat, he's got 6.5 sacks, 6 tackles for loss. Look, we have a loaded room. Time to dominate, get some sacks in this game, and I'm hoping we can do that on Monday night. Now at number 6, we talked about their run game. Look, when Walker and Charbonnet are healthy, they are beasts, man. And look, I don't care what stats say. These guys are really talented. I know we're good against the run, but you cannot let them get things going. Walker averaging 4 yards per carry, 4.3 for Charbonnet. They're both monsters here. So we talked about Charbonnet before this draft. Really like this kid. But our linebackers, Cunningham banged up right now. Look, last week I told you, don't expect Shaq Leonard to be starting, playing all these reps, and then people are freaking out anyway. Look, man, he just got here. Give him some time. But if Cunningham's out, he's definitely starting with Morrow. But I think if Cunningham's ready, it's Cunningham and Leonard, Morrow filling in a little bit here and there. So I'm excited to have those guys. We're going to need our linebackers to step it up, help with not only the run game, the tight ends, all that stuff. So they're going to have a tough task here. And I'm hopeful that, Shaq Leonard has got things down and we can really see him shine in this game. Now let's get into that top 5 and let's talk about our run game. Run the damn ball. I will say it over and over and over again. Please just run the damn ball right down their throats. And we talked about them giving up 123.4 yards per game. We're running for 124.5. So we're in the top 10. They're in the bottom. So let's get things going here, man. I know I say it all the time, but it's about running the right way. Running, like when you're running it, how you're running it. Some of the times it is asinine. So please, for the love of God, make me a happy man. And continue that 70-30 split with Swift, Gainwell. Gainwell's great in pass protection, so I understand why he plays. But you've got Bobby Wagner, Jordan Brooks here, and they are some studs. Wagner's still got some left in the tank, let me tell you. So let's get this run game going. That is something I think is key for this Eagles team. And, oh, man, I'm really hopeful that DeAndre Swift gets a big game here on Monday night. Now at number 4. Let's talk about those receivers that I'd mentioned here with the Seahawks. And I think we all know how damn good DK Metcalf is. He's averaging 16.9 yards per catch this season, 7 touchdowns. He's got Lockett's averaging 10.9 with 4 touchdowns, 10.1 for Smith and Jigba, and he's got 2 touchdowns. These guys all very dangerous. And look, we've had our issues in the secondary. Slay has been playing great, but he's had his issues. Bradbury has his issues, plays great sometimes. Now, Roby is back and healthy, but he's had his struggles. So Ringo, Ricks, seeing some time, and Ringo was outside. They moved Bradbury inside. Bradbury played a little bit of linebacker. I mean, you got a lot of things going on, and I talked about that with Sean Desai. Once these guys are healthy, maybe we could start seeing people moving around, really getting, what he has planned for this defense. And injuries really have hindered this team. And I think people forget these coordinators, this is their first year. So I think they're doing well with all things considered. And this is going to be one tough as hell task here. And hopeful that Slay is healthy because we are desperately going to need him here for this game. And I know they're giving Ringo some snaps just in case at the end of the season anything happens here. So hopeful we don't have to use him. And only in a case where we want to, not where we have to. So looking forward to that matchup. Should be a damn good one. Now at number 3, the quarterback throwing it to him, Geno Smith. And we talked about it. Looks like he's going to be healthy, good to go. He's got 2,900 yards on the season, averaging 243 per game, 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, but he's been sacked 27 times. We talked about that. Get pressure on him. Do not let all these quick throws get out here. We talk about how the Eagles, bend, don't break, this match zone. Look, it works if you're executing, tackling, doing the things. Now, we have not been doing that. We've had our struggles. You cannot let a guy like Geno Smith come out here looking like Tom Brady. So you got to shut him down. Yeah, they got weapons all over the place, but get pressure on him, take away the run game, make him one-dimensional, allow Geno Smith to take those sacks, make those turnovers, and I think this Eagles team can pull off a huge victory here this Monday. But I think the key to doing that is going to be, well, partially getting these guys going. And we talk about A.J. Brown. We talk about Devontae Smith and what they are able to do in this season. Look, we know how good A.J. Brown's doing. He's got 1,258 yards, 14 yards per catch, 7 touchdowns. Smitty is averaging 13.1. He's got 6 touchdowns. So these guys are balling. But is anyone else going to step up? Do we have Watkins, Alameda, Julio for any reason? Let's go, man. Now, I understand you want to get your weapons ball. I'm not asking for them to have 5 catches here, but a couple of catches for the other guys, somebody stepping it up. And look, I still want those other guys to get theirs. It's just they open things up. So why is it not opening things up for these other guys? Let's get the play calling down. Let's get some things open up for these guys, whoever it needs to be. But you've got some really talented young corners here. Devon Witherspoon, Tariq Woolen, Trey Brown there. So we're going to see how they, align their secondary here. But they've got very versatile pieces. They're going to do all they can to shut this down. But let's be real here. We know how damn good this team is. And look, their defense is giving up 243.6 passing yards per game. That is 25th in the NFL. We're throwing for 234.3. So let's see that number go up. Let's get a 250, maybe even 300-yard passing game. Now, again, I'd like to see the ball run, so you don't necessarily have to throw the ball. But I think a big game for Jalen Hurts is in store. They want to keep slandering him. Well, let him. So at number 1, it is QB1, him. Jalen Hurts going up against this Seahawks defense. And just mentioned, how they are giving up 243 passing yards per game, but they do get some sacks, 3 per game. That's tied for 8th. They will be trying to get some pressure. They get only 0.7 interceptions per game, but hey, talented pieces. You got to watch out for them. But Jalen Hurts, everybody's sleeping on him. That's fine. He's got a 66.5 completion percentage, 3,192 yards, 245.5 yards per game, 19 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, been sacked 33 times, but running the ball, averaging 3.7 yards per carry, 12 touchdowns there. So 31 total touchdowns. This dude is balling. Let's keep it up. And look, we face some tough teams. You've seen a lot of people. You got to bench Hurts, got to get rid of him. He's a bust. I've seen all your comments. Trust me. To me, no, he's continuing to develop as we spoke about the last few years, and he will continue to get better. And yeah, there have been some issues, but I think it's a combination of all of the things, whether it be the injuries, the play calling. And I'm not saying like a lot of the media, fire everyone, do this. I think we all just need to get on the same page and talk about just gelling as a unit. With all these injuries and things that have happened at certain times, it's hard to get things rolling, right? So let's just hope they get things rolling right at the right time heading into the playoffs, and we get that started this Monday night. But that's all I've got for you, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you got anything from it, do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. You can always subscribe. I would love to hear from you. Your thoughts on this? What is your favorite matchup for this game? Who do you see standing out? Maybe you have a score prediction. Whatever is on your mind, I would love to hear it. But I hope you're all having a great week. Hope you're getting people back on board here. Let's go. Let's show people the Philadelphia Eagles are still the best team in the NFL and going to win that Super Bowl. Write it down. Let's go, baby. But have yourselves a great rest of your night. For those of you whose fantasy playoffs are starting tonight, best of luck to you all. But if you need me, whether it's to talk about birds, life, anything, you can always reach out. I appreciate each and every one of you. But until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have yourselves a great night. Stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now, go Birds!